Hey y'all, I'm Dani, and this is Heard. Hi guys, welcome back to Heard the Podcast. I'm your host, Dani. You can find Heard on any podcast streaming platform. That's iHeart, Google, Spotify, Apple, any place that has podcasts, we're on there. I'm joined by my wonderful engineer, or do you want to be called a producer? Like, what do you want to be called?
You can say engineer, producer, either way.
Engineer, producer, but maybe, I feel like you like low-key produce the show too. Like, no? Like, yeah. Do you want to be called you don't want to be called my producer?
The teamwork.
Right, but like, I don't know. We can say engineer, producer, whatever. Because it be people in the background. People have podcasts. It's always like they're engineer in the background or producer in the background, but it's their engineer, but this producer. I don't know. But it's like they're always talking to the engineer in the background. The engineer has the mic and be talking and shit.
And needs somebody to talk to.
Like, yeah. Anywho. Yes, so we're back. Oh my God, I've been meaning to watch the Dr. Umar episode of Don't Call Me White Girl. He was on her show like a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
I saw clips on TikTok. It was so funny. I've been meaning to watch it. I'll watch it one of these days when I'm working or whatever. Because in my office, my home office, there's like the den where is my office, and the door is like there's like a what do you call the two open doors? Like the den has double doors, and the double doors open into the living room.
Gotcha.
And so I always have the doors open, and my desk is facing the living room, and my TV's on that wall. So sometimes, like instead of me, like, because sometimes I'll either have it playing on my phone while I'm working, play like anything, this podcast or whatever, anything,
right?
Playing on my phone while I'm working, looking at it, or sometimes maybe around lunchtime or like a little after lunch, I'll turn on the TV, and then I'll still be working, but I'll look at the TV.
Right.
But a lot of times when I work, I watch like The Breakfast Club, and a lot of times they'll have the interviews up like around like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'll have because instead of me having it on my phone and keep looking down while I'm doing this, I'll just rather have it up on the screen.
Exactly. And
it's easier for my peripheral, or whatever. So yeah, I love to like watch things on that TV while I'm working. Mm-hmm. It's just easier that way. So I do plan on watching that podcast because I saw clips and he is fucking hilarious. He's educational.
Right.
But funny though, he's funny as hell. But I love the education behind it. And then I love the like exaggeration behind certain points that he makes. It's just hilarious. But anywho. Yeah, so okay. Yes, don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 1K 1K subscribers, and right now we are currently at, let me see, because do you know Baker?
No.
He's from here, but he lives in LA, and he's from here. He lives in LA, and he does a lot of work in LA, and he's like a media guy. He's a host. He actually had a radio show gig up in LA at one point, and he worked for the Shade Room and stuff. But anyway, he was posting on his story because we chat here back and forth a little bit on IG, and he posted on his story. His YouTube is almost at 1,000 followers, and I was like, "Oh my God, me too." We're like both on the road to 1,000. But right now,
that's dope.
Let me see. Right now, Heard the Podcast is currently at 920. Let me see. We're currently at 921 subscribers. So we need 79 more subscribers. I'm definitely hitting 1,000 before this year is over with.
That thing moved up in like a few weeks, a month.
Huh?
Like when you sent me the last number.
A couple weeks, yeah. I think that was like maybe 915.
Something like that, yeah. I thought it was like 8 something, but
maybe it was 8 something.
Yeah,
let me look real quick. Let me just look. Hold on. Let's look real quick. Let me see. Let me go to the details part.
That's fire.
But remember when we had that meeting before the year started? Remember what the number I was at?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, I see it. It was at 905. It was at 905, and then the Kelly Rowland clip that I posted was at 4.9K views, and now that's at 5.2 views right now.
Nice.
So moving along. So before I get into everything, I like to discuss like my real life issues, of course. And so 2 things happened to me. I got scammed, JRob.
How you get scammed?
I got scammed.
How you get scammed? Bro?
So it was a bank scam. So I always have. Okay, so I always have at least 2 of everything. I have 2 credit cards and 2 debit cards. And my main debit card is like what I have like my big money at, like my direct deposit, all that stuff that goes there. Then I have a second debit card as like my backup. Oh, I can just put dumb shit on here. I can go, whatever. And it's through SoFi, which is like a virtual bank account. There's no branch or whatever. My dumb ass. So what happened? This is what happened. Someone called me. I got a call from the SoFi number because my phone said SoFi on it. Well, that's the only reason why I picked up the phone while I was working. Right. This happened like maybe this past Thursday. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello? And mind you, this is a quick backstory. There's a lot of scams going on in general. Yeah. There was like a couple months ago, there was like an MVA text message scam. Yeah. And I fell for that too. No. But this is the thing. This is the thing. They catch me at the wrong time when I'm not paying attention. I'm doing different shit. No. So the MVA thing, but I wasn't thinking. No. I just was not thinking. JRob. I know. So what happened was I was in the grocery when the MVA thing. This is I'm giving the backstory. So when the MVA text message thing happened to me, I was in the grocery store, like I was in the grocery store on my lunch break, trying to like hurry up and like get what I need to get on my lunch break and then leave. So I got a text message saying like, oh, you have a $6 toll that's unpaid. It said some shit that was like, but it said some shit that this makes sense. Like, I'll get a toll and forget. Like, it makes sense, right? And then it said like, oh, if you don't pay this at this time, your license will be suspended. Some wild shit, right? But my dumb ass, I'm not thinking, and I'm like, this sounds about right. But then also it's like NBA don't ever be texting nobody. That's weird. But I'm not even thinking.
You should know that.
So I'm clicking the link. The fake payment link that the text message had, and. I don't think it's fake at this point. I'm still like I'm multitasking. I'm just not paying attention. I'm so fucking stupid at this point. But I clicked the fucking fake link that it gives me to go pay. I put in my SoFi debit card number, not my main debit card, but my SoFi debit card number. Cause I'm like, whatever. I mean, it's my whatever. Because it was like a $6 thing. I'm not gonna pay this little $6 real quick. So I did it, and then when I put in all my information, and as soon as I hit submit and it was loading, I was like, wait, this don't. What is this? Hold on. So I clicked the back button real quick. I clicked the back button. I don't know if it went through or not, but I clicked the back button real quick, and then I exited. I clicked the back button real quick, and then I kept refreshing the page, and it tried to make me put in my information again, and I didn't do that. So then I googled. Listen, I'm being really transparent right now. It is what it is. I did something fucking stupid, guys. So. I Google. I said MVA text message alerts, and then Google. Of course, Google says, "Hey, MVA will never text you. If you get a text message from MVA, it is a scam. Don't fall for it." I'm like, my dumb ass fell for it or whatever. But anyway, cool. So whatever. So ever since then, like a little bit of time went past since then, I would get like weird charges on my SoFi card. Right? This is like weird, like little shit. Right? Because it'll alert you when something declines on my. So I have it set to where it'll alert me. So. One time I got like 2 charges of 99 cents for Call of Duty through Google Play. I'm like, what? No, that's not. So I went on Google Play, the little link, and I hit this. I never did this, whatever. I'm not sure if they refunded me or not because it's only $2. Whatever, right? Whatever. So then I got a notification. Another day saying your online Walmart purchase was declined. I'm like, this is weird. Okay, that's weird, right? Cool. Weird. And mind you, this debit card, I keep a very low amount on that debit card. I keep it very low. And if I ever transfer funds into that account, I'm going and getting cash out right away. All right. Right? Anyway, so I keep it very low, so it got declined. Then I got one day I got another charge that was declined through it said AARP membership declined. I said, AARP, I'm only 32 years old. AARP, that's crazy. It's old folks doing scams now? What the fuck? Hey. AARP, what?
A lot of scams going on out here.
Anyway, so then that was that, right? So then the other day I got a phone call from SoFi Bank, and it said SoFi Bank on the caller ID, like when in that little info part, right? So I picked it was a 1855 number, and it said SoFi Bank. Cool, picked it up, and so the guy was like, the representative was like, hey, there was a charge on your, we need for you to authorize this charge for $500 something in Miami, Florida, da, 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 da. I said, what? That's not me. What was, and mind you, I was already like seeing little weird things in my account going on, right? So I said, that's not me. Oh, hell no. So then they're like, oh, we have to, so someone's trying to get into your account. Someone's trying to use your account right now, and so they're a perpetrator. So let's try to reset your stuff, right? My dumb ass. Mind you, I'm working. I'm in the middle. When they call me, I pick up. I'm in the middle of fucking sending my manager a message, exporting some files. I'm in the middle of doing shit. I only picked up the phone because it was the bank calling. I'm like, what's going on? And I was already feeling a weird way anyway from those weird purchases that kept getting declined, right? So I'm picking up. I'm not even paying attention, y'all. I'm not paying attention. So I'm like, okay. So then he does a whole little, he verifies me. Your name is so-and-so, you live in so-and-so, you live in so-and-so. He knew my name, address, all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So then he's like, okay, well, let's reset your account. Let's reset your password or whatever, right? My dumb ass. So we're doing a reset, right? He sends me, somehow he sends me a link somehow, or maybe, I can't remember because it was happening so fast. Maybe because the thing is, side note, when I log into my SoFi account through my app, I don't do password. I have it set to do. I have it set to do the keypad.
Oh yeah,
the key. So that's another safe way. You can't nobody get. There's no email password. No, it's my numbers that I put in through my phone with my fingers. Okay. So I have it set to that. So whoever was trying to scam me, they were trying to get into my account, but they couldn't because I don't do it by password by a password email. I do it by key. I do it by the keypad. Passkey, yeah. So he tricked me into resetting my password somehow. I can't remember how he tricked me into doing it, but he tricked me into resetting my password. He's like, yeah, I'm going to give you a temporary password. I'm going to give you a temporary password, and you go in and so he did so on his end. I think what he did was he did the forget password on his end, and it went to my email, and it was so he gave me a temporary password. Yeah. For me to enter in for it so he can have the pass. So that's what I did. So I entered in the temporary password, and that's how I did it for my account, right? And I said, and while I'm doing it, I said, why? Because mind you, my dumb ass, I'm not even clocking this when I should be clocking this, but then I'm also in the middle of he knows that I'm busy too. I'm over here typing loud as fuck, doing this, doing that, right? Then at one point, I'm like, so at one point, when you do the password thing, I have everything set to my phone. So when you do the whole reset password stuff, whatever, you have to enter in a key. You have to enter in a authorization code, right? Yeah. So authorization code was texted to my phone. It was some numbers texted to my phone, and the message clearly says, do not ever give this passcode to anyone, not even an agent. If an agent asks you for the passcode, hang up immediately and call this number. That was a text message. And then right underneath that message, it has the code for me to enter in. It says login code 005668, whatever the fuck, right? Oh, so man. I'm not even reading that message. I'm just looking, my eyes just go straight to the numbers to give him. And then I'm like, wait, it says log, because it was he said, I need the verification code or whatever for the perpetrator so they can like whatever the fuck he said. Right. Some dumb shit he said to me. My dumb ass fell for it. The thing said, it said login code. I said, wait, it says login code, not verification. He said, no, that's the verification code. So my dumb ass gives it to him, JRob. My dumb ass gives it to him. And then he said, okay, and he hangs up the phone, right? Gotcha. So then I'm thinking, did the call disconnect? So I called SoFi Bank back. So I called the bank. So it was the number he called from the number. So what he did was the scammer cloned the bank number. He cloned the bank number. But I called the number right back from my caller ID. I said, hey, someone just called me, I explained the whole situation on the phone about the person in Miami or whatever. And they said, wait, what? I said, someone called my phone. Can you check and see who the person was that called my phone? They said, we haven't called you since July 19th. Damn. That was weeks ago. Right. I said, what? Someone just called me. I said, oh my God. Someone just fucking scammed me. So now I went to Google. I'm going to Google, my dumb ass, even though I should already know this. I'm going to Google. I said, can the scammer call from a bank's number? And it says scammers can clone the bank's number. Yeah. Like they get real. They're very crafty nowadays. Yeah. So then while I'm on the phone with the real SoFi Bank, I'm getting an email saying, "Oh, your personal loan has been your personal loan application has been rejected." I'm like, personal loan application? What the fuck? Yeah, what? So he tried to get into my account and apply for a personal loan through my SoFi. Because I'm like, what? Don't he need my social security number, all that stuff? But people on the phone were like, no. If it's your account, you don't need all that. Yeah. He tried to go through a loan, but so I was talking to him about what happened. So now at this point we're doing an investigation. They put in a ticket for me to investigate, to escalate, whatever fuck. Right. So they were saying like, yeah, it probably automatically rejected him. Automatically, because it was probably suspicious. High, right? It was suspicious because it was a different device they were doing. Because I always go on my phone, and plus this is an electronic bank. This is not no branch, nothing like that. Yeah. And I never go on SoFi bank account on any computer ever. Right. So they were saying that when he was trying to apply for the loan, they automatically it just rejected him. And then also like, listen, I say this every other episode. I ain't got it right now. I ain't got it. Listen, JRob JRob won't let me call myself broke, but I'm broke. Okay, like I'm 9 to 5 broke. Yeah, so that's what that is. So like, right now, like. I can't apply for I got my 2 credit cards, and that's what I got for right now. You can't. I can't apply for nothing else. So you can't. Like I said, I keep my SoFi bank account money at a very, very low minimum. You can't steal from me. It's going to get declined because it ain't in there. I don't keep nothing in my SoFi account. It ain't there, and you can't apply for no credit because you ain't gonna get it. Not with me. Not right now. Not with what I got going on right now, honey. No. I owe student loans, all that. Like absolutely not. My credit score wasn't. The last time I had like a high credit score, it was like in the high 700s. I think it was like maybe like 770 something crazy like that. It was back in like 2022. That was the last time my shit was in like the high 7s. Damn. So if you apply for if you scam me and try to apply for a credit card or any personal loan right now, you ain't getting it. So go to the next motherfucker. You ain't getting it. So they tried to scam me into applying for a credit line because they applied for a personal loan of $5,000, got declined because you ain't getting it. Not under my numbers and my credentials. Not right now. So it got declined or whatever. So now I told them, I said, yeah, that was never me. Because I'm pissed because when you apply for credit and stuff, when you do all these things, it knocks your score down a little bit more. Yeah, not for sure. Inquiry. Hey, listen, no, that's not me. So there's a whole they're working on getting dealing with that or whatever. Right. But yeah, they tricked me into doing that, and also what they did was they actually tried to go into my account and also change the email and phone number linked to it, and they also weren't able to do that because it was like a high suspicious thing. So I guess they weren't able to do that because they wanted to lock me out of my account altogether. Right. So you wanted to. So I won't be able to do that. But I went in as soon as I realized that I was scammed, I went back in, changed my password, and put it back to the keypad stuff. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't keep nothing in this account, and you ain't about to get no credit out of me, baby. I got the credit I got is the credit I got for right now, for the time being. That is it, honey. Yeah. The credit I got is the credit that I got. That is it. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. But right now, is what we got right now. Let me see if I can That's crazy. Yeah, because he tried to go in and change passwords and emails and shit. But it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So yeah. But never again. I'm very cognizant of that now. Never again. And then also, JRob, what? My dumb ass. Like, I'm dumb as fuck. Like, I'm not paying attention. The text message clearly said, hey, if they asked you for this, it's not us. Hang up and call back. It said hang up in all caps. Hang up and call us at this number. It ain't us. Don't do it. I gotta make sure I don't keep doing this because I'll get YouTube comments saying you keep grabbing the mic with your rings. Your rings are hitting your mic. Your rings are hitting your mic. Shut the fuck up, bitch. It's always a weird troll on my damn comments somewhere. They always trolling on sound. Anyway, so and real quick though, I had to ghost a guy, JRob. I had to recently your life is crazy. I had to recently ghost someone because, and this is for real. I am getting up there in age. 32 is still very young. Anyone in their 30s is still super, super duper young, right? But right now, I have done I've had enough trial and error in my 20s. I've done enough dumb shit in my 20s. I have fell for enough dumb shit in my 20s in regards to like boys, not bank scams apparently. But
I was like, the 30's different.
I'm getting scammed by the bank, not the niggas. But no, so but anyway, yeah, so right now I'm in crunch time. Okay, listen, I'm in crunch time, and that's what that is. So any little thing that is a gateway to some bullshit that I dealt with before, you're done. You cut. That's it. If I catch you in one little dumbass lie, you're done. You act like you slow. You can't count. Oh hell no. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of that. Nothing. Okay. You're done. But no, so listen, JRob. So I was getting my, my weekly re-up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
So anyway, so I was getting my weekly re-up, and I go to a couple of dispensaries all over Baltimore, by the way, all over Baltimore. Yeah. But so there's 3 main dispensaries I go to, and I have a rewards program for each one. So so I get points. But no, so one of the dispensaries I usually go to in Baltimore, I met so the security guard outside the dispensary, he asked for my number or whatever. He was like, "Oh, you single?" Like, when I walked up to the door, he said something, little flirty small talk, whatever. Right. And then he was like, and then I went in, got my stuff, came back out, and he said, "Hey, like, are you single? Like, whatever." I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Can I have your number?" Blah blah blah. Cool, right? He's a security guard. Like, he seems cool. He had braces and glasses. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just being stereotypical, but like, oh, you seem like a nerd, or like you're smart or something. I don't know. Braces and glasses, like the braces glasses combo. You know what I mean? Like, you give like studious in some way, or interesting in some way. I don't know. Like, you look interesting, whatever. I'll give you my phone number. So cool, right? He waited 2 days to text me, which is understandable. Cool, right? Because if you had texted me right away, if you had called me right after I drove off, I would have blocked you, because that's weird too. Because I've had that happen to me before. Sure. But anyway, so 2 days later he texts me or whatever, good afternoon, blah blah blah. So we're texting for maybe about like, he got my number on a Friday. He texted me he got my number on a Saturday. He texted me on a Monday, and I ghosted him by Thursday. Oh damn. Because he's nice, like he'll say good afternoon or whatever, and then like we'll like start talking and stuff, but the conversations were so like empty and dry to me. And he would just, and I felt like the text messages were too far apart in time. Like, it was too, like, every like hour and a half I get a reply, or sometimes I'll forget to reply because he's so fucking boring, not saying shit. So like, we had a little bit of back and forth. He told me he had a son, because I'm like, what are you doing today? Like, oh, I'm going to get ice cream with my son right now. It's National Ice Cream Day or whatever. I said, oh, cool. It's national. I'm like, oh, cool. So then, mind you, like, he's not. I'm at this point, I'm trying to help the convo go too, even though I feel like he should be initiating things. Because he asked for my number, and the way he asked for it was like, "Oh, you single?" Like he asked for a reason. So it's like, nigga, apply pressure. But so when he talked about National Ice Cream Day, so I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, let me give him an alley-oop. I'm like, oh wow, like I'm like, oh wow, it's National Ice Cream Day. I never know what day it is until the day comes. Like, it's always a day. It's always a day for everything. When it comes to ice cream, I'm texting this. When it comes to ice cream, I usually stick to one thing. I'm helping him ask me what. I'm helping you ask me what, because I'm saying, yeah, when it comes to ice cream, I only stick to one thing, LOL.
Right.
He says, oh, I got 2 scoops of vanilla.
Okay.
That's it. Didn't even ask me what ice cream I like. Didn't say nothing. Right. So then I'm like, did you get a discount? If it's ice cream day, was it free or discounted? He said, oh, I don't know. I think it was discounted.
Hey, look, man.
That was when I was like, I can't talk to you no more. That's it. That's it. Because at that point we were already texting like maybe for 2 days then. And the thing is like, and that was it. I'm only saying one scenario in the line of communication, but that was the last straw for me, because it was even before that it was just dry. Good afternoon. What you up to today? Okay. This and that. He never asked me what I did for a living. At one point he asked me, "Oh, did you work today?" It was a Wednesday. "Did you work today?" I'm like, "I work every day." We're both in our 30s. Like, I work every day. It's a Wednesday. I said I work every day. But then that's when he could have asked me, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Didn't even ask me that. Didn't even ask me for my Instagram. Didn't ask me to send him a photo. I'm like, nigga, do you? I mean, in my head, I'm like, nigga, do you even remember how I look? They didn't ask me for no pictures. They didn't ask me for nothing. They asked me about my birthday. Nothing.
Probably had your shit saved or nothing. You probably forgot how you. Yeah, you probably just forgot. I don't know.
But it's like, nigga, you asked if I work today. I said yes, I work every day. Didn't ask me what I did for a living. Right. Not asking me anything about myself for real. Anything real about myself. We're grown.
That's a fact.
Like, he said he has a 7-year-old son, and I say like, "Oh, I want kids one day too." He said, "Yeah, I want more kids." Great. We can delve into that. Didn't even ask me, "Are you an only child? Do you have siblings?" Didn't ask me that. Didn't ask me the normal thing that people do when they get to know each other. Yeah. Like when both people are really interested, and especially if someone initiated it first, you want to really show interest. Didn't ask me nothing. This dumb surface level, this random dry ass shit. You gotta go. No, I'm asking you. As you said, it's National Ice Cream Day. What's the point of you telling me it's National Ice Cream Day if you didn't get a discount? And on top of that, like, he didn't even, like, my whole thing is this, like, and I know that we were only texting for a couple days, but you get, men, this is how men are when they really like you, or if they're really about some shit. They'll start, they don't have to offer the date right away, but at the very least, they'll tease a date.
Yeah, it'd be something.
They'll, like, tease something. Like, they'll allude to, like, possibly asking you out on a date soon. Right. When they know, "Oh, you like ice cream? What kind of ice cream do you like?" You know what I'm saying? He got ghosted. Quick, because I don't got time for that dumb ass shit. I already helped you ask me a question. You didn't even ask me the question. I'll show you the messages when we get off air, JRob, because like it's just like, nigga, what?
2 scoops of vanilla.
You're done. He realized he was ghosted by Friday because he texted me again on Thursday. Good afternoon. No response. Text me again the next day at around the same time. Good afternoon. How's your day so far? Nothing. So then he got the point, because I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm about to sit here and have you good afternoon me to death. Absolutely not. No. So that was a dub.
Oh man.
Anywho.
For life and time.
Cheers to self-worth. Okay. Fuck out of here. Because he's 30, I'm 32. Nigga, you have a son, so you are a dad. So you supposed to be about your business. Why are you? And then at one point, and the things that I could get the whole thing of, like, because he's a security guard, so he probably works late nights, whatever. Cool, right? But at one point he said that, I'm just chilling with my friends. I think I asked him what he was doing. This was like maybe like around noonish or whatever. He said, "Oh, I'm just chilling with my friends before work, the usual. Just chilling with my friends before work." So I'm like, nigga, you have time to actually sit and really have a conversation with me right now then.
The usual sounds crazy. But
you're a snooze fest. You're done. Anywho, on to the topics of the show. This is Heard on the Curb. Our pop culture topics, the meat of the show, the meat of the program or whatever. So a couple of quick things before I get into the actual topics that I just want to mention real quick. People are upset and people are outraged, and I'm sure they have signed a petition by now, because Beyonce brought out Destiny's Child on her last Cowboy Carter tour date. Yes, she brought out Destiny's Child.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just like people was pissed off. Oh my god, because like she was picking and choosing what dates to have surprises. Like, she brought out Jay-Z a couple times at different cities, and that weren't their city. And they felt like girl, like when you performed in Houston, you ain't bring nobody out in Houston for Houston, your hometown. What the hell? But like she brought out Jay-Z in Vegas again. She brought out Shabuzi. That was great. She brought out Destiny's Child. That was great. It was just a great show from what I saw on clips and stuff, you know. But yeah, people was like, girl, do you hate Houston? Do you hate New York? Do you hate us? Like, girl, some people were like, okay, bet. So go to Beyonce's last date of every tour. noted, bet. Like, because that's when you want to get surprises. Because on Renaissance, she popped out on her birthday because it was her birthday show. She had people come out on her birthday. That's when she had people come out. Yeah, because I think so. That was her birthday. Yeah, on her birthday, and then on her Houston date. I'm not sure if her birthday was on her Houston date, but her birthday she had Diana Ross come out. And then then at her Houston stop, she had Megan Thee Stallion come out both days. Yeah, and then she had Kendrick Lamar come out. She had Kendrick Lamar either come out. No, yeah, she had Kendrick Lamar come out on her birthday show, and Diana Ross came out on birthday show, and then on her Houston show, she had Megan Thee Stallion come out. Yeah, so that was dope. That was dope. Yeah, that was dope. They were complaining about Chris. So Chris Brown started his tour, and people were complaining about how his props, a lot of his stage props, block the views. And I saw some angry TikToks because he had like big giant statues of himself like in different eras. And like I saw a TikTok where like he had a big statue blocking someone's view in like section 100, and then like they had to watch the show from like the screen. They had a screen up behind the statue to watch the show from, and it was literally like the statue was literally blocking the stage. It was a clean shot, a clean good view if that statue wasn't there. Oh, wow. But they were pissed like, oh my god, I sat here and watched the whole concert on a screen. I'm pissed.
That's crazy.
They were mad as fuck because he wanted to be fancy with them damn big ass stage props. So now he posted a story reply, like he replied on his story saying, you know, I almost went off on y'all, but I understand the concerns and I'll make the changes at the show. Right. You know, I guess you know, and I just feel like, you know, when people see Beyonce, and this with any artist that cares about their work, and with any artist that cares about their craft and has the resources to provide and to produce a great show, but especially when Beyonce sets the tone in the music industry, people follow suit.
No, for sure.
Because Beyonce, she has props. She has this Renaissance era, this Cowboy Carter era has been amazing when it comes to the production on stage. Yes. Like she has great props and all that. Even when the floating car, even though it tilted, the floating car, the floating horse, all that stuff. Like she has great props. Even when she interacts with the robots with the frames, and then when she interacts with the robot when the robot comes and pours her liquor in her cup and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, and Chris Brown is at that same stature as well. So I know that he probably wants to like make sure he has good stage props and good stage production. Because I know his last tour, I didn't go to his last tour, but I saw some clips and stuff. Well, I saw some clips from like his overseas shows. And I don't remember ever seeing any props. He's really good at having a lot of good like screen graphics, a lot of good graphics. I don't remember ever seeing like any big props. I know he comes and dances on like a platform at that last tour that he had, and he has like nice props and stuff. Nice. He has a nice backdrop and nice graphics and stuff like that. But I never really remember him having big props here and there and there and there. This tour he had big statues here, there, and blocking some people's views, and they were pissed, and I would be pissed too. Like I would never want to go to a that's why with the whole Beyonce concert, I wasn't want to get any obscure view seats. I don't want to go to a concert and can't see it live. I have to watch it on a screen even though I'm in the building, I have to still watch it on the screen. No, I rather just go home in my bed and watch it on TikTok live because someone's gonna stream it. Right. I'd rather just do that. Like it's not me being in the building is not enough. I need to be in the building and experiencing the show live with my own eyes.
Not supposed to be.
That's just my whole thing with that. And then also when speaking about Beyonce still real quick for the Cowboy Carter, Matthew Knowles was actually on an interview, a live stream interview with Don Lemon. Don Lemon, he is really heavy on the TikTok live. He has like, you know, like a nice, like a TikTok live show, TikTok live broadcast he does every week. And he actually had Matthew Knowles call in, and Matthew talked about the car tilting in the air, and he also talked about the choreographers getting robbed in Atlanta and robbing her unreleased music. So I'm going to play a little snippety snip of what he had to say.
Know anything other than what I heard in the news, but I can tell you, Don, her choreographer had better be glad that I'm not still managing her, because he would be in hot water. First of all, why did he have a hard drive with all her music? He's a choreographer. And if he did have it, why didn't he secure it? You never, ever would leave anything like that in a car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's troublesome to me.
Well, it should be troublesome. So what does that mean, though? Because the music has not been released. Someone can take it, they can pirate it, or they can either use it to try to create their own thing. What does something like this mean for an artist to have their music, their unreleased music, stolen, Mr. Knowles?
I think what it means in this case that Beyonce will have to make a decision if she's going to release now. She was working on another project. And now she might have to release it sooner than she had anticipated.
What happens to this choreographer? I mean, if you were there, we know what would happen, but what should happen?
Yeah, I mean, that should never, ever happen. Let's start there.
Yeah. What is your since you
so he basically saying like if I was still Beyonce's manager, he's basically saying if I was still Beyonce's manager, that choreographer would have been fired. Basically, because he's like, why wouldn't you have that secure? And people were asking, like, at least have it at least have it like in a hotel room or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it should have been more secure, or like maybe if you know that you're Beyonce's choreographer and you know that you have all these like important files, maybe one person can go inside the store and I'm gonna sit in the car with the money, with the bag of money.
Because
Beyonce's father was saying like that should never happen. And if I was, he was like, it just should never happen. It just should never happen. And later on in the interview, because I said TikTok, but I think this was his regular live broadcasting show that he has on his own independently, Don Lemon. At one point he discusses like sometimes when he goes to the shows it's hard not to put his manager hat on because he would just how he was the manager of Destiny's Child, so he was just saying like sometimes it's hard to not watch it with my manager hat on. I just have my own personal critiques like this mic should be turned up higher, this should be this way on this stage, the lighting should have hit this way and this and that. He was talking about that. He was talking about how the car tilted in the air when she was in the air. I think it was her Houston show. I think it was her Houston show when her car tilted in the air. He was like, it was a very scary moment, but she was super professional. He likes the horse prop better when she flies up on the horse. He said he likes the horse prop way better than the car because it's country or whatever the fuck. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good interview. He definitely, in Matthew Knowles fashion, definitely was like, that should have never happened. You can tell what type of manager he was. Yeah. When they were growing up, you can tell like he don't play that shit. Yeah. You could tell. But yeah, that was nice. That was nice to hear. We love that. We love hearing like the backstory behind Beyonce and Solange and how their parents always step up for them and things like that. But anywho, and real quick before we get into the main topics, how random was that when we saw Karreuche? My bad. I'm about to say Karreuche on Deion Sanders' bedside when he was battling like a bladder. Was it bladder cancer? What it was cancer, right?
It was cancer.
They had to remove his bladder and make him a new one or some shit like that.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
And she was by his bedside crying and like whatever documentary they had filming or whatever vlog they were filming. That was random as hell. Like, how did this happen? What's going on here? I don't really have much to say about it because I don't really know much about Deion Sanders. I know who did he play for at one point? They call him Prime Time, right? Okay,
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime. Oh, he's a coach. He wasn't a player.
No, he was a player.
Okay,
for sure.
Who he play for?
He played for the Cowboys.
Oh wow,
Falcons.
Oh,
he played baseball as well.
Oh shit,
he was a multi-athlete.
Why was he called Prime Time?
He was a flashy player.
Oh,
like he's just one of them.
Did he ever play with so he was a football player and a baseball player? He never played basketball.
No, he didn't play basketball.
Okay, but he played like the field and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. He was a cornerback.
Cornerback. Did he ever play with anyone else that was famous?
Yeah, he played with a lot of people that was
like who? Like who was
around
around his time, like during his time, like who did he play? Like
Shannon Sharp was around his time.
Oh, so he played Shannon at some point?
I think they did play us
because Shannon played for the Ravens.
And he played for the
Broncos.
Yes.
Go ahead.
He only researched it because he do his fucking podcast now. So now Did he play with Chad? I don't know if he played.
I don't think him and Chad are in the same generation.
Nah.
Because Chad played for the Cincinnati Bengals, right?
Yes, the two people you research. Yes, he played for the Bengals. I'm just like, but no.
And his number was 85.
Wow, you really researched the people that has a podcast for sure. It's like,
what the fuck is your problem? You're a hater. You're a fucking hater. Last episode you said I didn't know who Steph Curry was. I know who the fuck Steph Curry is. I didn't know who Klay Thompson was, but I know who the fuck Steph Curry is. The fuck?
You should know who Klay if you know who Steph is.
I just know Stephen Curry.
But nah, I can't think of who played with him in that era though. I know Shannon.
Okay. Who else was in Shannon Sharp's era? Was Tom Brady in Shannon Sharp's era?
Tom Brady, Shannon. Damn, was it? I think he was.
Did he ever play Tom Brady before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did
Tom Brady was like, I think he was a backup.
Did Deion? Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he was a backup at one point, but now he's like a legend now.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Never quit.
Never quit.
I know he was probably pissed when he was a backup, right?
Nope. I'm sure he was
a team player.
He was ready for that.
Ready for
a position.
I think Deion Sanders, his daughter used to follow me on Instagram a long time ago.
Oh, for real?
I remember his daughter used to follow me on Instagram a long time ago, randomly as fuck for a while. Yeah, and she has a baby by Jaquise, right? Yeah. That was strange to me, the Karreuche thing. That was strange. Like somebody, they were like, "Oh, girl, what are you doing? He don't got a bladder or toes. I guess he got his toes cut off at some point."
Yeah.
What was going on with him?
I think it was some diabetes. Some shit. It was something. It was some complications with something, but it was health. It was health issues though for sure.
Mm-hmm. I don't have really much to say about it. I did see something about Claudia Jordan was talking on her show about how I guess his ex-wife was some sort of TV producer, I think, and she gave Karreuche an opportunity at some point for some show. I don't know if it was Claws or I don't know. Let me just Google it.
She was Babyface ex-wife.
Okay, yeah, Tracey Edmonds, because Babyface's last name is Edmonds, right?
Yeah. And she was my crush back in elementary school.
No, it's not. It's not shown. Oh, she was American businesswoman, television producer, and personality. She is CEO of Edmonds Entertainment Group Inc. Okay. I think. Let me see what shows she worked on. I think did she do Claws? Hold on. Because I know that's the last show that I remember Karreuche being on. Like that last TV show, other than Bel Air. It was Claws, and she had like a starring role. Let me see. What the freak? So apparently her and Karreuche were cool at some point, and then so Claudia Jordan on her show, she said that at one point Tracey straight up asked Karreuche, "Hey, are you dating Deion? Are y'all dating?" And Karreuche said no. So I don't know. Yeah, so I don't really have much to say about that. I mean, it is a little messy that if the ex-wife did ask, and I'm working with you, because Karreuche's an actress now. Yeah. So it's like, girl, I'm helping you get these opportunities. I'm producing these things that you're involved in. Can you at least tell me the truth? Shit.
Tell me the truth.
Anywho, I don't really have an opinion about that. If Karreuche wants to date Deion Sanders, she can. I guess she's 37 and he's 57. That's a 20-year age gap, but Karreuche's a grown-ass woman, but she looks great. Karreuche can pass for a fucking 21-year-old still. Fact. That's why she still be on. That's why she plays on Bel Air and shit like that. Right. Anywho, moving along. Oh, and one more thing. This is not even the real topics, but one more thing before I get to the main thing. Hulk Hogan passed away, right? Yeah. And I thought it was weird. Because not him passing away, but he has like a history of racism and all that stuff. Right. And I think at one point that he disapprove of his daughter Brooke dating a black guy. Yeah. It was that, and I think like a couple years ago there was some type of like situation where there were like I don't know if it was like these girls. It was about these girls. I don't know if they were like Hooter girls or like, you know, the sports girls or whatever, that with the big boobs and the butt and stuff. Hooters. Was it Hooters? Was it a Hooter situation? I can't remember. But it was the situation where there was a black girl involved, and he wanted the black girl removed out of the equation. He wanted to keep all the white blondes and stuff. But anyway. Wow. But anyway, so Hulk Hogan has a history of racism and stuff, and he passed away. And so, of course, like a lot of guys love wrestling. I actually loved wrestling too growing up. I used to watch wrestling with my dad. But a lot of the guys were like, oh my gosh, a lot of black guys like, oh my gosh, RP Hulk Hogan. And then, of course, people were like, hey, he was racist, right? And so there was a whole big thing about, we didn't like, so I guess there's like grown men out there, like grown black men out there that didn't know that Hulk Hogan had a history of racism. So I guess that's a thing. I didn't know that people didn't know that. And then on top of that, Metro Boomin came out. And, he was saying recipes to Hulk Hogan. People were saying like, hey, he's racist. And he was basically saying like, I can separate real life from this wrestler or whatever. I'm like, Metro, sir, you're going to sit here and ignore the fact that this man is racist, wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, probably would shoot you if he had the chance. And you want to say RIP because you like wrestling so bad? Sir?
It's crazy.
That's very crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. Anywho, moving along to the main. Moving on to Heard on the Curb, where we discuss pop culture topics. Let's get into this real quick and then we can log off. I have not watched Love Island, but I have been on social media enough where I feel like I have watched Love Island. I feel like I know everything. I feel like I know everything when I don't, but I feel like I do. But anyway, did you hear about this Love Island drama for, I guess, the past season's winners? I don't know if they were winners or not. Let's see.
What happened?
I think her name is JaNa Craig and Kenny Rodriguez. They were past contestants on Love Island. They did not win, but they placed third in season 6. So they were runner-ups, but they were still, popular. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing them on my TikTok explore page a few times last year. But anyway, okay, cool. Her name is JaNa Craig. JaNa Craig and Kenny Rodriguez from Love Island season 6. That is her name. Cool. Great. So they're an interracial couple. JaNa is black and Kenny is Dominican. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So this is another interracial couple. And remember now there's a whole big thing behind Alondria and Nick, and there's a lot of interracial things going on Love Island. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of beautiful black women on there, and it's a spectacle because they're interracial. They're with this white guy, they're with this Dominican guy, whatever. Cool, right? Whatever, right? So anywho, JaNa and Kenny. So I guess with this Love Island stuff, I guess the winning couple win a cash prize of some sort. But when it comes to these reality shows, it's all about exposure. So even if you don't win the prize, even if you don't win, getting on the show is still a win for you, and you can still alley-oop that into something else. So this couple did not win, but they were still popular. They're still nice to look at, and they can still get brand deals in some way. So the whole scandal behind JaNa and Kenny is that Kenny secretly doesn't like black women. He's with this black girl that he was a runner-up on the show with. He doesn't like her in real life.
That's crazy.
And so JaNa actually the other day JaNa actually announced their breakup via social media, and she announced the breakup. She didn't say why at first. And then Kenny came in and made his own little passive aggressive statement. And then JaNa's BFF came out and was like, they broke up because JaNa found out that he was racist. So apparently JaNa found messages in his phone about him just talking about how he was only using her and he can't wait to date other girls. He's just using her to get brand deals. He doesn't like black women, like saying like I don't like black women, black bitch, black this, that. At one point in the text messages, he says the N-word or describes her as an N-word and all these things, all nasty things. And they were quote unquote supposed to be in love. And there were video clips that once everyone got wind of this, people gave their think pieces and stuff. But one thing that I saw that was interesting was there were a lot of clips that came out where they were discussing like, this guy never really fucking liked her. And they were showing different video clips of how, they would be playing around and, they would play around on TikTok. And, it was like some point, I guess that it was like a challenge on TikTok where the guy would throw his girlfriend in the air and catch her or whatever. Some little TikTok trend where they would throw each other up in the air or whatever. There were 2 videos where they did the challenge together. Like he would flip her over, but then he wouldn't catch her. Like he would let her fall and hurt herself. Like it was just weird. Like this weird videos of him basically showing that he does not like this girl for real. And people were just calling it out. And it was also revealed that the cast of Love Island of his season, they all unfollowed him. The host unfollowed him. It was a whole entire backlash that came with that. And I thought it was interesting because it kind of sparked a lot of conversations. I'm not really against, I've always toyed with the idea of like dating interracially, like interracial dating. I've always toyed with that idea, and like sometimes my friends they make fun of me, like, we can see you with a white guy, Danielle, like we can see you with a white guy, whatever, and only a white guy can be patient with you, and blah blah blah. Just joking about that with me. But I always got that. So like at some point people will always say like, oh, I can see you with a white guy. But like, why? Like, why can you see me with a white guy? I don't like, why can you? I mean, what you about to say? You can't see like who you see? You can see me with a white guy, JRob?
Yeah, Russian. So no, I'm just playing.
Oh,
I'm just playing.
Not Russian.
I'm just playing.
Could you see me with a white guy?
Yeah.
You could? Why?
I don't know. I feel like y'all be good. I feel like y'all be good.
You could see me with one?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I always toy with that idea. But I always, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, when it comes to interracial dating, it's always the like, are they secretly racist? Is their family racist? Does he come from a racist background? How does he really feel about me as a black woman? How do you really feel? Because with this guy, like, he acted like he was into her. They were so in love, but he was using her for like clout and potential brand deals because, and I'm actually gonna read a little bit of this article that Refinery 29 posted because they said it beautifully. But yeah, I always toy with that idea. But yeah, I just, I always toy with that idea of interracial dating, but always was apprehensive about like what comes with it. And, are their intentions genuine? How do they really feel about me? Would they really genuinely love me? And, how's their family? Because, if they come from a hateful family, I don't want to procreate with that person because then at that point, I don't believe that my kids will be safe around your family. Not at all. And I don't want any instances where like, I don't want any racial instances to even happen to where let's say we have kids and there was a racial incident within the family. But I'm forever linked to you because we're either married or we have kids together, and it's just like this is a hard pill to swallow. This is hard to get over. Yeah, like what therapy can we even use to get over whatever this racial situation? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just because it's two different worlds. You know what I mean? And it's just like there really has to be a boundary of respect, and there really has to be some sort of transparency when it comes to people in interracial relationships. That's just how I feel. I was watching Kerry Washington, she has a lot of like on-screen white love interests, and it's this movie Lakeview Terrace with her and Samuel L. Jackson, and she's married to a white man. And you saw the movie? It's a movie called Lakeview Terrace starring Kerry Washington and Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is the police officer that's her neighbor, and she's married to a white man. I forgot the white man's name, but he plays the leading guy in The Conjuring. He plays the lead character in The Conjuring. But yeah, so at some point in the movie, because Samuel L. Jackson, he's a police officer and he has 2 kids and his wife died. And he hates the fact that Kerry Washington is with that white man. He hates that the white man is with the black woman. Like, it's like, this isn't right to me. I don't like that. Right. And, so anyway, he has 2 young kids. He has a teenage daughter, and the teenage daughter went over to Kerry Washington's house to swim in her pool. And they're in the pool together. Her and Kerry, the daughter and Kerry, in the pool together alone. And so at one point, the girl asked her, like, how is it being married to your husband? Like, whatever. And I guess she asked her about being married to a white guy or whatever, or like being with a white guy. And Kerry says in the movie, she's like, if you ever are with a white guy or with a man that's, not of your race, you have to really, really make sure that you guys really, really like each other, because you're gonna have more obstacles than normal. Yeah. You have to make sure that you guys really like each other, because it's going to be a lot that you're going to have to handle. My cousin, she was married to a white man. They're not together anymore, but she was married to a white man, and she would tell me that when they would be out, just be out like running errands, just be out and about, they would get like looks, like disapproving looks and shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, child. But anyway, I'm going to read a tad bit of this article on Refinery 29. I love this platform, by the way, this publication platform, by the way. I follow them on Instagram too. But the title of the article says, JaNa Craig split proves a pattern and it's black women who pay the price. So it talks about what happened. Let's see. So at one point in the article, it says, what few saw coming was that their demise was due to Rodriguez, who was Dominican, being an alleged racist and clout chaser who had been faking his relationship with the Las Vegas native the entire time. JaNa's from Las Vegas. Craig, JaNa, confirmed the breakup on Tuesday when she shared a statement via Instagram stories. And JaNa's statement says, as you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I have seen all the breakup theories and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is. Discovering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one and has been truly devastating. Then it says that Kenny came out with his own statement. His statement read, the past few days have been incredibly difficult. I'll always be grateful for the time we shared and the memories we created, Kenny says. I released this chapter with no ill will, only hope that JaNa's path forward brings her nothing but happiness. JaNa called out Kenny in a response and referred to him as a manipulative liar. She said, you not taking accountability and telling people the type of person you really are is insane to me. So it goes on to say, season 6 castmate seemingly confirmed claims that Rodriguez was using JaNa for brand deals and status. Serena, also another, I think Serena was, that's another girl that's with Odell Beckham's little brother. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So the black girl with the black guy, Odell Beckham's little brother, is dating Serena. They also met on Love Island. I'm not sure what season, but I know a little bit. I just, whatever. Anyway, Serena called him a narcissist and a racist on an Instagram post. Leah called Rodriguez a clout demon under another post. Olivia Walker reposted Rodriguez's statement and said, I hope this gives you the clout you always wanted, you effing loser. So then it says that JaNa's friend, who wasn't on the show at all, she said that they found messages in Kenny's phone that says verbatim that he doesn't like black women, and he thought he'd get more money out of their relationship and that he couldn't wait to break up with her so he could date other women. So he was just he was playing off of the interracial aspect of their relationship, because that's marketable as well. She's black, you're not. Well, you're Dominican. Well, he's all Dominicans aren't black, but a lot of them are. It's right next to Haiti. But him, if you look at him, he looks a little mixed, but some Dominicans look more black than others.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
But like, he looks like, this is how he looks. This is Kenny right here, JRob. He's Dominican. He look a little mixed, a little bit. Yeah. Right. But of course, but they can still be anti-black, and that was anti-black.
Right.
But that's very heartbreaking. I know she's devastated. She came back out with another statement. People are, giving her support and stuff, and she was like, guys, thank you so much for your support. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. But that's devastating to learn that who you're with, that you have feelings for, that you love, secretly hates your guts and secretly hates you for something that's out of your control.
Right. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And playing off of, interracial fetishes, and it's marketable. And, a lot of times, when these non-black men are with black women, they have a noble complex. They're looked at as like, oh, you're so noble. Because already you're already a man, a non-black man. So you have another privilege over top of, black men. Men in general have a privilege over women, but non-black men have even more privilege over the lighter your skin is, the more privilege you have. You know what I mean? So like, for you to be a non-black man, any non-black man, any white guy, any whatever, like, we all watch Scandal. Even though this man was clearly having an affair behind his wife's back with Kerry Washington, he was having an affair with Kerry Washington, this black woman, this smart, beautiful black woman. And so, like, we didn't care that he was screwing her behind his wife's back. He's with this smart, intelligent black woman. You know what I mean? So it's like, you get put on a. I feel like non-black men that date black women, they automatically get put on a pedestal because we already assume that you'll go to bat for your girl because she's already black. You have to. Like I said before, when you're with someone that's not someone that's not your race, you have to really like each other because you're gonna go through different shit in life.
Right.
With people disapproving of you. So it's like when we see this white guy or this Hispanic guy or this non-black guy with this chocolate dark-skinned black woman, this beautiful dark-skinned black woman, we automatically assume that you're someone that we can trust, that you're noble, that you're an upstanding guy. We already assume that because you're with this dark-skinned black woman. That's what we assume.
Right.
So then when we see this, it's like, oh fuck, you're horrible. You're like, it's like, whoa, and it's devastating. It's fucking devastating. So
it's crazy out here.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point they said, ladies, like, you know, it was another conversation. It was the interracial conversation, but there was another conversation of just like women, you know, because there's some women are with men that don't really like them. Like my troubles, I've had troubles with men because a lot of times in the situation that I was in, he really didn't fucking like me because he wouldn't have treated me this way. Mm-hmm. Like with old boy, even when he married the person he married, he didn't like her either. Apparently, it didn't last. So it's just like it was a whole discussion about like, you know, are you with someone that really likes you, ladies? Are you in a relationship that with a man that really likes you? If you know, go through at one point someone said like, you know, if you're ever curious, go through his phone and search keywords and see what he says about you. See who he really is. Because that's what happened with Kenny. They searched him. They found shit in his phone.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
They would have never known. So blessings to her. I'm glad JaNa is taking her power back. I'm gonna have to clip this. I'm gonna have to clip this up so bad because I said JaNa. Child. Anywho, moving along. So there was this online discourse about Sydney Sweeney. If you're not familiar with Sydney Sweeney, she plays Cassie on Euphoria. She plays Cassie on Euphoria. She's the blonde hair, blue-eyed girl with the big tits on Euphoria. I'm a fan of her. I love her. I love her. I'm a fan of her. She has a movie called Voyeurs. It was on Amazon Prime at one point. I think it's on Netflix now or Hulu now. But it's a movie called Voyeurs with her and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he played in The Get Down with Jaden Smith.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. But he's in a movie called Voyeurs with Sydney Sweeney. That was another movie that I liked of hers. I didn't too much care for that romantic rom-com she had out a couple years ago with that other guy. I can't remember his name. I wasn't a fan of that shit. I tried to sit through it and watch it. I couldn't get through it. It was too blah for me. And I think at one point she played in Handmaid's Tale as well. But anywho, so she's been booked. Like the Euphoria people, her and Jacob Elordi and all of them, they've been booked. They booked. They got it. But anywho, so she's recently in an American Eagle campaign called Sydney Sweeney's. It's let me see. She's currently in an American Eagles campaign where she's promoting denim jeans, and you know the driving phrase is Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, and they're playing off the word jeans that you wear and jeans that you're made up of and all that shit, right?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Some critics.
So they, in the commercial, they obviously do a wordplay of jeans, Genes, and then jeans that you wear. She talks about, jeans are what you're made up of, like, you know, blue eyes, blonde hair, this and that. Like, she's actually calling out traits, traits, and then playing off the word jeans. Right. This white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes in this commercial.
Say the campaign, which highlights Sydney's blonde hair, blue eyes, and references her, quote, great genes. Sydney Sweeney's new American...
And the campaign references her having good genes with her blonde hair and blue eyes.
American Eagle ad is going viral and dividing opinion.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Some critics say
and she says, my jeans are blue, looking at the camera with her blue eyes. Again, blonde hair, blue eyes, blue jeans. These are my jeans. Sydney Sweeney has good jeans. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. Like, you know, that's the whole thing. So people are, you know, gave their think pieces, and rightfully so. I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm not mad at it. I know some people are gonna say, oh my God, people are so mad about everything, da, da, da. But when it comes to this, I'm not really mad at that. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Even if they didn't mean it, even if whatever, let's still talk about it. So this is a result of DEI being taken out of the companies, right? This has to be, right? This has to be a result of DEI being removed from different companies, because there were. So I saw a TikTok about you know, there was this guy on TikTok. He was dissecting everything, and he was basically saying, like, you know, he works in marketing, and he knows that there were plenty of meetings that were had with this commercial. There were plenty of meetings that were had, and, you know, so he was going down the line of, like, this had this meeting had X amount of people in it, this meeting had this many people in it. He was like, all these people, so in total 60 people were involved in creating this and in pushing this forward. Basically, there were so many meetings behind this, and he even said it, and then at this point it went down to the graphic designers. A graphic designer had picked the font and do this and do that. Right. They had to do this. It went down to so of course, as a graphic designer, when it gets down to that part, I know all about that. So I will say this: I work in marketing and advertising and all that stuff. Yeah. When it comes to graphic designers, we have no say. So the guy was saying, like, you know, it was some people. It went through so many people. Why didn't anyone say anything? When it comes down to the graphic, it comes down. We're almost in post. Like, we're in post when it comes to executing the idea. We just make things look pretty at this point. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when it comes to graphic designers, we don't have say in a lot of things. Like, we just don't. So when I get something, because I work in publication, so I have to make layouts and advertisements all day long, every day. So they tell me what they want, and I have to do it. Sometimes I do have creative freedom, but even with creative freedom, even if I do something beautiful, I can make a beautiful ad. Beautiful. They be like, nah. It's nice, but do it this way. I want this. I want it like this. I want that word up here and that down here. And say this, say that. It's changes, because sometimes they don't have their own direction either. Yeah. But it's still up to the company, the corporation, right? Because they're paying for it. This is their money. And all Sydney going to do, and her team going to book it. Right. They're going to say, we want X amount of dollars for this. That's what they do. But the guy also in his TikTok, I can't find the TikTok, but the guy also in his TikTok just said, you know, this could have been an easy fix. It shouldn't have just been about Sydney Sweeney. That you guys should have included everyone of all different types of jeans, all different types of looks. That would have been an easy fix, which is, yeah, that's true. If they had included other people, different people in the ad with her, it wouldn't have been a controversy. It wouldn't have been an issue. No one will be talking. Right. But you just have this one blonde hair, blue eyed girl saying that she has, playing off the word jeans with jeans that you wear, and then saying that she has blue eyes, and she's saying my jeans are blue with her blue eyes, looking at the camera. Like, it's just like, this is a problem, especially in this climate. But the climate is always going to be a climate for this conversation, because America is based on flaws in the climate, in the construct. But and then, of course, so then American Eagle, of course, they saw the backlash, and they released a statement. It was like a small, brief statement. But the statement nonetheless says, because they already paid her and they already put it out. Right. The statement says, quote, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, is and always was just about jeans. Her jeans, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. If great jeans look good on everyone, y'all should have had more folks in that damn commercial, American Eagle.
Maybe it's a rollout. I don't know.
It ain't no rollout. They booked Sydney Sweeney with her big boobs and her blonde hair and blue eyes, because she's nice to look at, which rightfully so. They're beautiful. Everyone on Euphoria is beautiful, by the way. They can all have their own campaigns individually. But this was a bit tone deaf. That was a bit tone deaf. And you know, I feel like, of course, you know, sex sells, and they definitely sexualized her in that commercial. Right. which is fine. I'm not really mad at that, but it could have been they could have worked on the target message a bit better. They should have done something else, because I feel like playing off the word jeans and jeans anyway was just low-hanging fruit to me. It wasn't that clever in my opinion. It just wasn't. And for you to sit here and say, oh, everyone, no, I just feel like you got Sydney Sweeney because she's hot, and you made it about good genes, good genes, good molecules, good you have good parents, you got good hair, you got some good hair. Ooh, you got some good hair. She got that good hair. That's Becky with the good hair. Sydney Sweeney was Becky with the good hair. I'm sorry, but no, yeah. So DEI needs to be brought back, because we wouldn't have had these situations.
No, I don't think so.
No, everyone okayed it. There were so many meetings. I believe there were so many meetings because it was so much money that was paid to her. I know she got a coin, a cute one at that. American Eagle, and they needed her because I haven't heard of American Eagle since college. I mean, I used to be deep in American Eagle and Aeropostale.
Oh, damn.
Remember them? I haven't heard. I haven't heard about American Eagle in a while. So they probably want to revive themselves and get Sydney Sweeney on the ticket, on the docket. So I'm not mad at the discourse, and I do feel like the marketing behind it could have been a little bit more clever, because you having this be about jeans and then playing off the word jeans as like a scientific thing is just like, that was just, I feel like that was just kind of like, you could have thought of something better than that, in my opinion.
It was corny.
You think it was corny? I don't know if it was corny, but it just wasn't that thoughtful to me. You think it was corny?
I think it was corny.
You just think it could have been better?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
yeah. They should have known better than that. But anywho, moving along, and real quick, this is last. Did you see Ari Lennox? She had something to say. This is super quick because I don't really have much to like really get into with that. I did want to just mention it though. She had some thoughts about She had some thoughts about the show Martin and how Martin would joke on Pam, and she just felt like the way that Martin would always joke on Pam was a bit colorist, and she didn't like how this dark skinned woman was on the show being joked on this way and all of that. So I'm gonna JRob is like over it.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna play a little snippety snip so you can hear what Ari Lennox had to say right here. Hold on.
Like, the thing that pissed me off about Martin was how much he would go on Pam. Like, I know, like, and this is coming from a girl who I love me a good like joking ass movie, and it even when the joking movie is like, damn, like that was fucked up. Like, I'm not like too woke or something is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm honestly not, I'm problematic. I'm pretty problematic, low key. But my point is that there are some things where I draw the line and it just bothered me, or like, I don't know. It's like, Pam was so fucking beautiful and so fine. And I just feel like growing up as a chocolate girl, like, I don't even know if I was able to understand the greatness of Pam because of the light that I feel like I was being fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, of just like always going on Pam, always, like, that's all I remember. And I didn't like that. But like, so I feel conflicted because while I feel like this show is incredible, and I feel like Martin is a legendary show, and all of the actors and Tommy and like everybody, like legendary, amazing. Like, I adore them all. Like, you have no idea. And I adore Martin. Like, I adore him. It just would piss me off. Like the joking on Pam, I just didn't like that, like I'll always.
So Ari Lennox basically says like, she loved and appreciated the show, but she just felt like the constant joking on Pam just always bothered her. And like this, I guess the certain jokes that he would make about Pam not being able to keep a man, and being this, looking like this, and being nappy headed and all this stuff and da 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 da. I knew when I saw that, I said they're gonna eat her up over Martin. Blackfoot did not play about Martin, none of that. But I will say this, right? I will say this. Martin joked on everybody, like everyone on the show. But I will say this. I'll see it as this. So Martin joked on with everyone on the show.
Right.
He did. JaNa was light skinned, but she had a big head and all that other stuff. Cool, right? But the way I guess he would joke on Pam a lot more, and I guess the things that he would say would just be like, like it's just, even though she would joke back, I guess the things that he would say did have like some sort of like undertone of anti-blackness or undertone of like skin tone and things like that. I could see someone saying that. JRob is so over it, y'all. He's so over right now. But I never see him roll his eyes this much. Oh my God. But no. So I knew they were going to eat her up about this, but I can't understand where she's coming from. Even though Martin is a comic. He's a comedian, and this was a comedy. This was a black sitcom.
Yeah.
Even though JaNa got some jokes, even though Cole was dumb, and Big Shirley and Tommy ain't had no job, and Bruh Man from the fifth floor, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, right? But JaNa was still the girlfriend. Like, she was still the main girl, and Pam was the friend of. You know what I'm saying? So just that dynamic right there is just like, it's an unsaid dynamic right there. You could dissect that any way you want to. And then on top of that, Martin would joke, because some people would say that Martin secretly liked Pam the way he joked on her, and as much as he did, some people would say he liked Pam. Some people would be like Lennox and be like, oh, he's colorist or whatever, because like whatever, you know what I'm saying. So people can go, but we can all agree that he joked on Pam a lot,
for sure,
a lot, for
sure.
And then on top of that, he was Shanae, the neighbor. But like the fact that like the caricature that Shanae was, like who she was, the caricature of a ghetto black girl, dark skin, you know what I'm saying? Right. So like you can use that for your argument when it comes to that. So it's things that you could like, you could argue any which way. So that's why I'm not mad at that, and I wouldn't be mad at somebody saying he joked on everybody, because he did.
Everybody. Like,
you saw that episode when JaNa her head was stuck in that rail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? But the dynamic was still, JaNa is the light skinned woman, she's the girlfriend, and Pam, the dark skinned girl, is the friend of that can't keep a man and this and that and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And they're both beautiful, but it's
I got
you know what I mean? So I don't really have much to say. I don't really want to get, because I talked about a lot of color and stuff. I mean, this is a lot. This
colorism today. That's the colorism.
This episode will be called Keywords. Okay. But I'm gonna name it Keywords. But I mean, I'm not mad at Ari's opinion, and I'm not mad at anyone that has a rebuttal for that. I'm not mad at it at all. We can all have a discourse. We can all have a conversation about a lot of things that happen, and some things are just unsaid things that people have their prejudices, and without us realizing that we have it. So like I said before, good hair. Like, I used to get mad, like after because I became woke in college. I became woke. That's when I went natural. That's when I had my fro and everything. And like my skin would crawl when I would hear people say good hair, this, that, when they would say things, because people don't know what they're saying. But we grew up black. We're black. You grew up in school and you heard people say, oh, you got good hair, that good hair, that good hair, that good hair.
Right.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? We don't realize what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? Hello.
Nah, it's a fact.
It was this one light skinned girl I used to go to school with. She was real light skinned. She was very light skinned. And I remember she would say things like, oh, she got tattoo skin. Oh, he got tattoo skin. They got tattoo skin. What she means is they're light skinned, right, and tattoos will look better on their skin.
That's what I know. That's what she meant. That's crazy.
So we can as black folks, we can recall certain things growing up that was like, okay, now we can say, okay, this isn't right. This is right. When I have my kids, if I have them with a black man or not black or non-black man, they're still going to be black, and we're gonna understand. I'm going to make sure that they understand what words mean, and them saying good hair or this and that will never be in my child's mouth. I will not raise anyone in that kind of household ever.
All right. There's
certain things that I just do not stand for. There's certain principles that I want to instill in my family when I have one.
For sure.
So that's all I gotta say. But anywho, that's it for the Hurt on the Curb. On to music real quick, just real quick. Hayley Williams dropped like 17 songs like on her website, and they're not packaged in project format at all. She posted them on her website, then they're also on streaming now, so they're all just songs. They're not packaged in a project, so they're all just songs, and they're not in any particular order. So that's interesting. I didn't listen to them. I heard a snippet of it, a little bit of it, but I haven't listened to all the songs yet. I will listen to the songs, and I may talk about it next episode. I may not, but I do plan on. I just wanted to talk about it real quick because I love Hayley Williams from Paramore, of course. And I thought that was really cool that she did that. She's like, fuck it, here's the music. And I actually watched an interview with Tyler, the Creator, the other day. He was on Hot 97 talking about his new project, Don't Tap the Glass. And at one point he was just like, yeah, like this is just a collection of songs. There's no super concept with it. Just put the shit out. Just put the shit out. I don't need any crazy interludes. I've done that already. I don't need none of that. Just put the shit out. Hayley just put the shit out. She's a whole bunch of songs, and she didn't put it in project. She didn't package it. It's just songs. Here, just pick something and go with it. Right. Listen to it. Whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. So I do plan on listening to that over the weekend. Saweetie just dropped a new EP called Hella Pressure. It has I think it's like a 10 minute. It's literally 10 minutes long. Let me see how many songs. It's probably like 5 songs, I think. Let me just make sure I know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see. I think I'm gonna get Chipotle tonight. My bad. I'm over here talking my thoughts through. So the EP Hella Pressure has 5 songs. One of the songs is called Superstars, featuring the K-pop group Twice. I think it's K-pop Twice. It's a nice little hook to it. She has a song that she did with Jay White, the producer Jay White, called Both of Them. And then it's a song on here called Twins. I like it. It's cute. It reminds me of her song Best Friend with Doja Cat. But it's really, it's a catchy song. I like this song a lot. So, she sticks to her, Saweetie has been out since like 2017, 2018. She doesn't have an official debut album out yet. But she's known to put out these like little EPs, these little mixtapes and things like that. Well, I shouldn't say little, but she puts out these unofficial projects, these mixtapes and things like that. I would still love to see a debut album from her. I can only guess the reasons why she hasn't had a debut album put out yet. I don't I know she had. She's been on a journey of like growth artistically, and she got famous pretty quick off her viral song Icy, and she probably got into things that she wasn't quite ready for yet, and she probably just needed to sharpen her skills more and things like that. I think I still have like my own little critiques about this certain songs and just maybe I would say her content, but everyone raps about the same shit. What sets people apart from others is the delivery and their cadence, the way they rap it, their tone, everything. That's why I love, that's why we love who we love. I just think that maybe she falls short in her delivery when she raps, or maybe her wordplay. I do find sometimes a lot of her metaphors or a lot of her lyrics are just a little basic and not really too clever, and there's not a lot of different wordplay when you listen to a lot of her songs. You know what I'm saying? Her good songs, her catchy songs are just catchy with a good hook and with a good beat or whatever. But when it comes to her even though this is 5 songs, it's still okay. It's in somewhere in here. It's still okay. That was whatever. That was okay. That was whatever. You know what I mean? But she has enough music out to make it into an album. Shit. I don't know, but I don't really know when it comes to this, JRob. Do record labels just let you just put out little tiny projects like this without you having an album? How does that work? Without them dropping you? You know what I mean? I guess they don't, because when it comes to her getting an album together, you have to make this work, because if not, we're not going to invest. Because labels won't invest in certain things if you don't prove yourself, if you don't have the numbers for it. That's what it is. So maybe that's what that is.
Just proving, trying to build traction, let people know that she got music dropping. To probably build up for that debut.
Because her last mixtape, The Single Life, did not do well at all. Yeah, at all. That was really low. So she had to deal with that.
Nobody checking for that job.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like partially the reason why that didn't do well because it was released at a really bad time. You know, the takeoff stuff happened and all that stuff, and there was a lot going on around that time. I don't know. I still feel like she should have put her debut album out when she was with Quavo because she still had like a good amount of music out when she was with him, and I feel like she should have just put the album out in my opinion.
Right, that time period.
Yeah, because I mean she had Back to the Streets, Tap In, My Type. She had a lot of bangers and stuff around that time. I feel like they should have just put the album out, but I guess it wouldn't have done that well because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think this is a nice 5-pack that she has going on. I like the song Twins. Both of them is cool. The song with JRob, both of them. That's a good song. I really like her song that she sampled Jill Scott on. Is It the Way? I like that song a lot. I play it in my car a lot. I like that song. That's a good song. I love the video too. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully she puts out a debut album, or hopefully I don't know. I just I have to ask myself, like, can I listen to a Sweeney project, a full Sweeney project anyway? Because, like I said, I have my own critiques, and it's just like, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I can only handle 5 songs from her, and maybe that's
now.
fine. And maybe the record industry is changing where it's like, okay, let's just allow this now. We can allow these short things now. I guess I don't know because nowadays I heard that they'll sign you off of a single.
Yeah,
they'll sign you like with a 1-song deal or some shit like that.
They will.
I don't know.
They can. They will.
Yeah. So. I don't know. But anywho, that's all for my music. And did you have any music you want to discuss real quick?
Nah.
Lastly, on my shows and movies, I want to go see the movie Together starring James Franco. And
new?
Yeah, it's new. It just came out actually. It's called Together. It's a horror movie. Let me see, Together.
That's a lot of movies out.
Yeah, it is. It's a good season for that too.
Facts.
I can't wait for September. Anyway, it's called Together, starring James Franco and Allison Brie. I think they're a couple in real life. Let me see if they're married. Let me see. Hold on. Yes, he's been married to Allison Brie since 2017. So they're a couple in real life. It's a horror movie about a couple, and I guess you go see it. Yeah. So it's a horror movie about a couple starring James Franco and Allison Brie. I thought it was funny because they've been doing a lot of press run for the movie, and they were on Angela Yee's radio show the other day, Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm like, oh, wow, they really doing some press run. They doing black media, what? And I didn't watch the whole thing, but I clicked it just to see how they would act on Angela Yee's hip hop radio show. And I just think it's so funny how, like, I don't know if it's like an awkward funny for me. I don't know. It's just it seems so like almost like cringe, but not in a bad way. When I see like white people on like a black media show promoting their movie or promoting their stuff, and I always just see like they seem pretty nice from what I saw, but I can always like tell like they're like, you can tell when someone's like nervous and they want to be very mindful of where they're at. Like they want to make sure that they're relating to you. Right. And then you know what I'm saying? But it just feels like they're both like in their head on this black radio show. Oh, like sure. It's just like, but Angela is a great interviewer, and I feel like she can interview anyone. Anybody, she can interview anyone. But it's just like they're on this like hip hop radio show, and like. And there's like this white couple starring in this scary movie, which is cool, but it's just like it just feels so like I don't know. I just feel like they're being very cognizant. They're being very like, trying to be relatable. And then they're also like, it also gives like a little bit of nervousness and a little bit of like, oh, okay, we're here. We're doing this black media platform. It just, I'm going to show you when we get off air, but it just gives like, okay, this is like, it's like, I feel kind of awkward, but not in a bad way. But it's like, this is like, okay, like we're all like in our heads right now. You know what I mean? But anywho. And then lastly, I just started last night this show called The Hunting Wives, starring Brittany Snow. Netflix. Yes, on Netflix. Child, it is raunchy. A bunch of country white women being raunchy as hell and being scandalous. So I'm gonna talk more about it next episode, but I just started last night and I'm getting into it, honey. It's raunchy, it's scandalous, it's sexual, it's evil, it's conniving, it's murderous, it's a lot. So I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. They're Republican, girl. They Republican in Texas, child. They got this one black girl with her little lace front, whatever, her little leave out, whatever. But yeah, so let me stop doing that thing. Like, you're touching your mic. Your rings are. Stop grabbing the mic. Your rings are on the mic. My rings are on the mic, guys. Are you gonna comment? My rings are on the mic. Are you mad?
ASMR.
The fuck? Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for listening to Her the Podcast and watching me. Remember, we are available on all podcast streaming platforms. That's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can play podcasts. We are there. We are also on YouTube, HER_D the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment, any good or bad, whether if you like my rings on the mic or not. Yeah, and you can follow me on TikTok at HerdPod, HERDPOD on TikTok. Make sure you guys like and share and anything you like on there. I clip up things and put them up there, and just have a blast. Anywho, JRob, anything else you want to say before we log out?
Nope.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Her the Podcast. Bye. Say bye, JRob.
Adios.
Yeah, because you look like Kenny. You look like you Dominican. You like Kenny's cousin. JRob, the Rob stands for Roberto. Anyway, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Hey, that's messed up.
Roberto.
Why I gotta be called
Roberto?